Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Manuel. Just kidding, don't clip that. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel here in X-Plane 12 yet again. And believe it or not, this one wasn't even by popular demand. This one was by my own doing. And we are here in X-Plane 12 with some new situations going on here today. So we were in a 321 yesterday with the IAE engines, with the IAE sound pack. Absolutely fantastic. Today we're going to mix it up and we're going to use the 321 with the Pratt & Whitney sounds that are also available from the KOSP sound pack. It is in the description. Click the link below, hit !sound. It'll bring you right there if you want to pick up the sound pack that I'm rocking. I said it on the last stream, I'll say it on this one multiple times. It is your one-stop shop for Airbus sounds here on X-Plane 12. If you fly the Toliss, you need to have it. It's just a must-have. I mean, it's almost as necessary as having a side stick yourself. It is a phenomenal sound pack. Adds that real good cabin immersion when you can hear the engines in front, behind. Just it's all around really good. And I'm really excited for the Pratts today. I haven't done a Pratt startup. I did do a takeoff, but I had the sim volume down really low, so I can't wait to show you guys what this sounds like when we blast out of Salt Lake City on our way down to San Diego. I was going to stream a little bit later, try to crash the party. XP72 is having a party today as well in X-Plane. I believe he's in the 767. He'll be linked at the end of the stream. You can hop over there and join that. But I needed to get some stuff done this evening, so we're going to start early here, 2:30, and on our way. So let's get some shout-outs in there. Niels Christensen, good to see you. Robinson Santana. Bone King 1 is here. Hello, person. Matthew Dawson, Digital Merc is in the house. George M. Todd Moore. And oh my goodness, Q8 Pilot is in the house, and he is dropping donos out of the gate with a 20 gifted membership. Q8 Pilot, my friend, what is going on? Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Very kind of you, sir. I see that you have been enjoying some X-Plane 12 as well. I think you got a stream coming up on this platform. And Q8 Pilot, I said this before. I was like, well, I have to be careful when I watch Q8 videos because I end up buying airplanes. Well, I told myself I wasn't going to get the A2A Comanche. But after watching Q8 Pilot fly the A2A Comanche, guess what I did? I went and I picked up the A2A Comanche. So you'll probably see that again here on the channel, or you'll see it here for the first time on the channel, courtesy of Q8 Pilot for convincing me yet again. And I've never been let down by one of Q8's videos. So Q8, too kind. Thank you for that dono, sir. Appreciate you. I hope all is well. I know it is really hot over on your part of the world as well. I saw the little video post. It was like 120 something degrees Fahrenheit. Jeez, that is, I have no room to complain. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the member dono. Appreciate you. Too kind as always. Hot Shots in the house. I'm excited to see you fly this. HKK really put his heart and soul into this Hot Shot. Yes, I am excited for this one as well. Hot Shot, the Bohr sound pack creator for the fly-by-wire 320 Neo sounds, is here. And if he gives it his seal of approval, then you guys know it's going to be good. Because if Bohr says it's good and he did the fly-by-wire sounds, it's probably going to be pretty good here on this Pratt & Whitney over in X-Plane 12. All right. Microsoft Flight Sim, never heard of it. Well, I got to tell you, after setting up for this stream, I remember why. This stream today made me realize why I love streaming on Microsoft Flight Simulator. I had to prepare for the stream. I started about 2.5 hours ago, trying to download orthos, trying to get everything signed up or synced up. Then I had to redo my configuration file. Then this thing wouldn't work. Then Active Sky wasn't working, so I had to resync that. And then I missed the free upgrade window for Active Sky, so I had to buy a new license for Active Sky. It just it made me remember why Microsoft Flight Simulator content creation is so much more enjoyable from a content creator perspective, at least for me. I feel like it's just so easy. What route do I want to fly today? Hop in, you fly the route, your ortho's done. You don't need any weather add-ons. It's all there. You just fly the airplane and have a good time. X-Plane 12, you really, it's like you really got to get her up to speed before you go live. Q8 says, thank you, Captain. Pleasure to support you always. I appreciate that, Q8. Very, very kind of you, man. Jeremy Harvey in the house. Good to see you. We're right in your neck of the woods, Jeremy. We're here in Salt Lake. Beautiful Salt Lake Airport. This is default airport, but it looks almost as good as some of the payware add-ons we have in Microsoft, which you got to hand it to X-Plane. I mean, they did get the default airport situation down correctly. So I am running clouds on maximum today. We are running Active Sky. We have ORBX SoCal, and we have Forkboy Orthos for Nevada. So that's what you're going to be looking at. I don't know what this Delta 319 is doing over there. He's having a crisis or an identity crisis over there. I think it's switched airframes like 4 times. But Sim Aviator, appreciate the 21 months of support. Can't believe my eyes. 2 days back-to-back X-Plane. Well, Sim Aviator, always a pleasure to see you, man. Glad to see you back around. I know you had a little leave of absence there. Well, don't get used to it, Sim Aviator. I'll just say that. Don't get used to it. But for now, I'm enjoying it. So it's hard going back, even for the planes Microsoft Flight Simulator doesn't have. I know. Let the auto ortho solve your issues. I'm going to need a new CPU for that, I think. Before I dabble in the auto ortho game, I'm probably going to need to get a new CPU, which means a new PC build because my current motherboard will not support a newer generation of CPU. So basically, it's not as simple as just doing a CPU upgrade. I got to do the whole shebang. So anyway, who was that? Maze Shook. Thanks for the 12 months of support. Gotta love the Neo. Yes, gotta love the Neo. The 321 Neo is especially good looking. I think the 321 Neo is absolutely fantastic. And you're seeing more and more of them now. First it was Frontier, then American, then Spirit, and Delta's got them now. They're starting to roll out. You're starting to see more 321 Neos. Hawaiian's got them. I think Hawaiian's probably had them the longest in North America. But you're starting to see more and more of them around, which is pretty cool. They just look good. 321 Neos look sharp, no doubt about it. So, Thrust Set, good to see you. Are you using Toliss? Oh, you're talking to Carta. Carta's here? Carta's in the chat? Oh my goodness, Carta is in the chat. Good to see you, Carta. When I fly default engines, you always seem to pop up, and it seems to bring you out of the woodwork. But always a pleasure to see you on the stream, Carta. Welcome on board, man. All right, come see you soon, Jeremy. Yes, indeed, man. I don't have any Salt Lake next month. I don't think. I have a pretty nice schedule next month. I think the longest trip, other than my 5-day training ordeal, is going to be 2 days. I think I only have like 4 or 5 nights in a hotel next month, so it's a good deal. JetBlue 321 Neo is the best. JetBlue Neos are cool. You're talking about the mint ice cream blue thing, the Southwest knockoff livery. Nah, I could take it or leave it on the JetBlue livery. I think they could have done so much better. All right, here we go. Let's get into this airplane here. We are, like I said, cold and dark. And, oh, real quick, I probably should have done this before the stream started. I need to remove a couple of things. I know Christy's not here, but he loves it when I have the jet bridge with the stairs at the same time. But let me go ahead and control panel that. And I want to get rid of these things because I want to make it a little bit quieter. So let's hide that, and let's hide stairway 2. There we go. That way it's a little bit quieter up front, and then we'll close that door on the front 1R. We'll close 1R. That way you get a little bit better sound set immersion here. So here we go. Into the cockpit we go. Jeremy says, let's keep trying, but I got denied for that one job. Jeremy, my man, I'm sorry. I did see your text. We're going to keep trying, and I'm going to keep trying as well, Jeremy. Do not worry about it. Keep your head up. Keep applying, man. Keep your apps out, too, because there's going to be a lot of turnover here as soon as summer comes to an end. So keep your head up and keep looking for opportunities, Jeremy. That's for sure. Stay persistent. I love the black mask on the Neos. I do too, Aviator Nick. Look, we're never even going to get this thing powered up. We got lots to do today. We need to get the stream going, but I do love the black mask on the Neos. I mean, that is, I got to say, I don't like white liveries, and I think Delta livery is kind of lame, but the all white with the masking is pretty cool. I think the Spirit one is pretty cool too, the yellow with the black masking. I don't know. I'd almost want to say the Hawaiian 321 Neo is the best, though. I love that Hawaiian livery. All right, here we go. Let's get this thing going here. Send the annual milestone. Hola, Captain. Oh, my goodness. Carta Jawal. I'm going to power this thing up. Carta has received the V1 wings. Carta Jawal, that is awesome, man. Thanks for the support. Sending the annual milestone. Always a pleasure, Carta. We've come a long way, my friend. We've come a long way from X-Plane 11 and some of my first streams. I know you were there in the very beginning as well, so thanks for the continued support, Card. I hope you're doing well. Randy, thanks for the 6-month support. Do you prefer the 321s with or without a mask? I think I just answered that. 321s with the mask are pretty sharp, but it's got to be the Neo. You know, a 321 non-Neo with a mask, I don't know if that exists. Like, I don't think you'd have a 321 Classic with a mask. I think that would be kind of weird. Flying with Mike, thanks for the support. 21 months, my friend. Please increase the PC brightness. The PC brightness is at max. What you are looking at is X-Plane 12 brightness issues. Jeremy, NK does have masks on some of them. They're 320 Neos and the 321 Neos as well. I know for a fact I've seen a couple of them. I love the Aegean. Aegean is nice. Aegean is nice. All right, we are powered up. Let's go up to our overheads here. Let's go cruise supply, ground control, CVR test. Let's get our ADAIRs into alignment 1, 2, and 3. Strobe and auto, nav position 1, no smoking, auto, arm U. Everything looks good here. We'll leave everything off. We'll go fire extinguisher test. And up the right-hand side, we'll go here, turn the PA on as well. We'll come down to our pedestal. We'll make sure we have oil. We do have oil, 18. You can see it's a little bit less than typical. What we had yesterday was like 22. Hydraulics are good, and then pressurization is in auto. And because we can pop it out, it makes it real easy. Let's do a quick battery test because it's a new airplane. First flight of the day for us. Power on. Ooh, look at that voltage drop there. 60 amps and decreasing within 10 seconds, which it is. So that is a successful battery test. We'll continue on now with our flow. We'll come back over here, and we're going to go right into the initialization. We'll do an init request. Hopefully I filed a flight plan on SimBrief. Yes, we did. Salt Lake, San Diego. We are Angry Widget 357. Oh, it already loaded up. I thought I had to put it in there manually. I'll tell you what we are going to do, though. We're going to go cost index 99 because we are right at max landing weight again. I tried to max out our airframe. You can see here if I pull up the charts, we are cargo limited on this one. So right here, payload cargo limited by max 0 fuel. So we are going to be pretty much as heavy as we can be for our landing weight. That was our limiting factor. Our landing weight is 172.9. Our max is 174.6. So we are pretty darn close to that. We'll have to make sure. What about failures today? So I dialed them back just a tad, but we do have failures as always. We are right in the middle, about 20% more than normal, or 20 times more likely, but that is on. Failures are on at 20, not 100. We've dialed it back a little bit. As far as the aircraft stage, I got us a brand new airplane, so we should have good performance. We should have nice, powerful, juicy sounds. We have everything is pretty much set to auto, and that's all we got to do with right there, right? ACTs, everything's in auto, which are here. We do have one forward ACT. And you can bring that over here, and you can see that on this tank here. Actually, we have 2 ACT tanks right there. So, looks good. We're set up. We're ready to go. Let's fire this thing up. Damn, V1 really doing everything it can to reduce the chance of floating it. Oh, I did also, speaking of floating, I noticed this was set to, the deadband was like right in the middle, which is like a 0.4. I rolled this all the way back to 0.015. I don't know how that's going to feel or not. I haven't even tested it. So that's going to be my excuse if we smash another one on San Diego. But I feel like it was almost too delayed, or I had to do too much back pressure for landing. So I dialed this back. And speaking of, let me do a little side stick check here, make sure it's nice and snug. It is. All right, we're good to go. So we'll have to critique that post landing to make sure everything looks good. Hello, sir. Next time you update the Avitab to 0.63, or you won't have METAR. Have a nice flight without extra phantom maintenance. Thank you, Gustavo. Appreciate you. Next time, update. Oh, I see. So I got to update it so I can have a METAR. Thank you, Gustavo. Appreciate you, man. All right, speaking of METAR and all that good stuff, let's go ahead and go McDo, ATSU, AOC, and let's do a departure ATIS. Let's see if we can get that. I don't know if we'll be able to. We do have, let's see. So I synced up my Hoppy, though, so let's go back, receive messages, Salt Lake. This is not available because there's no ATIS on VATSIM. So what we can do here, we go weather evade, and we do this, and then we can do this. We can send that away, and then we should get a receive message right here for Salt Lake City. Why can't I click it? Okay, that was scaring me. I thought my sim crashed. Go ahead and print that sucker out. What do we got today? Winds are variable at 3. So I tell you what, so if winds are variable at 3, let's go ahead and depart. I guess we have to depart 2 then. We'll depart 3-4 left. I don't have a SID on here, which is weird. So departure 3-4 left. I wasn't filed a SID. And I know there's one of them that goes south. What is it? Now I gotta look here for northbound SIDs. I don't want that one. See, this SID works fine right here, but it's only for 16 and 17. This is the Zion. We're going out to the Echo Hotel Kilo, which is the Enoch waypoint. Is the cockpit still too dark for you at the gate? Yes. X-plane cockpits are really dark. I don't know why that is. Let me see if I can arch one. That's not where we want to go. That's out to Milford. So I don't want that one. Desert 2. I was trying to do this before the stream started, and then I just ran out of time. Arch 1 SID. We can depart with a 3-knot tailwind. That's what I'm thinking we're going to do. But it's also a shorter taxi. So I'm just going to leave. I tell you what, we're just going to do no SID. It wouldn't be the Arch, because the Arch 1 is, or would it be? I don't think so. Maybe to Edith? Hold on. I want it to be like to... What if I do none on the transition? What is that going to give us? Hold on real quick. I'll just do that. And then we'll do this. That's fine. Insert that. That's all fine. San Diego, it's pretty easy arrival. We're going to do the LOP 27. And we're going to do an FLOC. We're going to do an FLS approach. So we're going to do the LOC 27, but we're going to set up LOC 27. We're going to do the FLS. And we're coming down the lucky one, RNAV arrival from Lindy transition. And I'll insert that. And if I come here, we can step through in plan mode. I'm going to get rid of these trucks because they're just too loud. They're just too loud. Go away. Go away, you annoying trucks. GSX, way better. All right, let's do this. We do have level and then level lucky. We'll just go ahead and sync those up. And then we'll be doing the FLS approach in the 2.7. Won't be able to stay for this review and enjoy the playback. Have a great stream. Thanks, Dan. Take it easy. This new airplane does have FMS too, indeed. Yes, Jeremy. All right, so that's our flight plan. We'll go secondary, initialize. Let's do this. We'll do Salt Lake to Salt Lake. You never know what's going to happen in the Toliss. I think I don't know, it was X-Plane 11. We had probably 100 streams. Maybe not that many. We had a lot of streams in a row where we didn't have anything serious, and I always did the secondary flight plan religiously. Then one day, taking off out of Cancun, I did not put in the secondary, and that departure off Cancun, we popped an engine in the climb out. That one was no fun. 200 on the radio. Get those trucks out of here, man. They are so loud. I can't even hear myself think. Make sure you check your tiller bindings. No, it always does that. As soon as I move it, it's like, oh yeah, I got a tiller assignment. Just as soon as you move it. Q&H, I suppose we have 3020 in the box. I love the FMS sounds. What is that truck out there? These trucks are really starting to get annoying. I tell you what, go away, all of you guys. Oh, so much better. So much better. Temperature off the ECAM 32. Wow, it is hot here in Salt Lake. Winds are variable at 3. I'm just going to put 040 in there. 200 on the radio in the secondary. RadNav page. Not going to hard do anything. Progress page, we will put SLC as our primary. That goes right there. Perf data, we'll do that after we get everything done. Now, this is SimBrief, so we've got to make sure these jive. 166.7, 29.4, 15.7 block fuel. That's what we have there. Let's come over here and go to our weight and balance. I'm going to reset to current. 200 packs. This is what we're dealing with. Max landing weight, max takeoff weight. We're kind of right in the middle there. We're right above max landing weight, which is fine. That should burn off by the time we get there. 200 passengers. That all looks good. We'll do a takeoff perf, 3-4 left, flaps 1. Tell you what, the Neos do like flaps 2. Can I manually suggest flaps 2? Takeoff weight, CG, thrust, Toga, config 2, air conditioning on. Now let's go ahead and runway too short. Really? How is that? Oh, I gotta put the... Really? Three, 4 left, it's 12,000 feet long. There's no way. That's not possible. It's 12,000 feet long. You can take the space shuttle off. 3020. Let's come up here. Let's do this. There's no way it's no. I promise you it's not. There's no way. There's no way. Let's do this. Let's see what this does. $56, $56, $58, flaps 1. Gross weight too high, 182.1. Takeoff weight, 181.6. Anti-off, config Auto. Oh, the flaps messed it up. It's got to do 1+F on here. Interesting. All right, so that's what was messing it up. It was the flap config. That's why you don't mess with flaps. There we go. Config 3. Yeah. I messed that up. There you go. So for a 1+F, because I had the config, I was forcing the flaps into flap 3. I was trying to do a cinematic takeoff here, get some more flap action, but it looks like we'll just leave it in auto. That looks better. We are going northbound, though, so there's not much terrain out there, but I could see where that would be a problem in second segment and balance field length. So this is what we're going to rock, 1+F Toga. We got plenty of stop distance. We got a margin, 4,000 feet. All right, accelerate stop distance remaining at V1 max, 407 feet. That's not a whole lot. We'll put 122.8 here in the Unicom, and then we'll fire up the APU and get out of here. We'll do 1+F, it's fine. 22.8, 1+F, 55, 56, 58. And if I look at our NIT-B, that was proper takeoff weight 181.7. So those speeds all jive. Let's go ahead and do APU master on. We'll go ahead and turn that on. We'll get these fuel tank pumps on. Just double check, make sure we are balanced. We are 7,000, 7,000, 7,700 assign. APU is going to spool up here. That's that APU door opening. Yeah, I saw that, Music Boy. It's the field limit at 172. But I was like, there's no way we'd be... It was the flaps is what was screwing that up. Whew. Exclamation point sound if you want to pick this puppy up. I highly recommend it. We need to close some doors here. I always forget. That's the yellow hydraulic. You can see right there, that means they're closing the doors. We'll go ahead and turn the beacon light on. Disconnect that. We'll go over here. We'll do arm doors and cross check. They're going to do their thing. Once their thing is done, we'll go ahead and get the APU bleed on. Listen to the packs. Oh, gotta love it. Gotta love it. Toliss has his own trucks. Yeah, I probably should just start using my own trucks. Or start using the native Toliss trucks. I don't know why. I just had JAR installed and I installed it. Just silly X-Plane things. Do the sounds only work for the 321? 78770. You can buy them for the 19, the 20 Neo, the 21, and when you buy it, it includes, so like if you buy the 321, you get the 321 CFM, IAE, and Pratt & Whitney sound pack, all in one. And I'm telling you, you don't need to make copies of your airframe. You don't have to do any of that nonsense. You literally download it, drop the files where they need to go. It's one click, 2 clicks maybe. But highly, highly recommend. All right, we'll pretend that it's been 3 minutes. We'll go ahead and pull the power and the chocks. We'll turn on the air, which it already is. Everything is good, so it would have been 3 minutes anyway. And I think we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Doors and windows are closed and armed. Before start checklist, windows, door, and sides, closed and armed. Beacon is on. Thrust levers idle. Parking brake is on. Transponder we'll put into transponder. Before start checklist is complete. Let's move this out of the way. Let's go ahead and push back. How do we want to do this? We want to go straight back. Let's do straight back 80 meters. So I'm going to go ahead and call the mech. We're going to go to this distance. We'll do 80 meters straight back. Send it. When Toliss makes a 330 or 380, it's game over. Well, they already have their 340-600, which I absolutely love. Almost debated doing the 340 for the long haul to Tahiti, but still X-Plane, man. I don't know. I'm afraid to do another poll. So right now, our long haul is set up for our tour, which is going to start not tomorrow, but it's going to be this probably end of this week, possibly Friday. High likelihood of Friday. Cockpit to ground, brakes release, clear to push. So we're splitting it up into 2 long hauls. We're going to do about a 7-8 hour long haul to Tahiti, and then we're going to fly around Tahiti, and then from Tahiti we're going to take a 787 Kuro mod to New Zealand, where we'll then continue the New Zealand-Australia tour. But there's some fun little flights I want to do in Tahiti, kind of like how we did the Asia-Pacific tour. We flew to Hawaii. We did some inter-island flying there, like a couple flights. So same deal for this one, but the members have spoken for leg 1. They've voted so far. It's been the A310 from I&I. So I'm afraid to do a poll for I&I 310 in Microsoft versus A340 600 and X-Plane 12 for the long haul, because what if the X-Plane 12 one wins? Then we got to get all the scenery and stuff set up. Brakes are set, clear to disconnect. We're going to go ahead and start them up. Thanks for the push. We'll talk to you next time. I smell some Comanche flying. Chaos, you can thank Q8 Pilot for that. That fine gentleman did a fantastic stream on the Comanche. I swear, I don't think there's a stream or video that I've watched of Q8 where he's approved a product that I was mildly interested in that I did not purchase. I mean, I gotta stop watching Q8, but I'm not gonna do it. Show that guy some love. Head over there, smash down that like button. I think he's streaming later today in this as well, so I might have to catch that one. All right, we're ready to start them up. I'm going to give you guys the tiller cam. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to turn the sounds up, and we're going to go ahead and start engines. We're first, Pratt & Whitney, though, we're going to go here. Dual cooling is available, so let's go ahead and hit the dual cooling push button. What this is going to do, it's going to motor both engines at what, 5%, 10%, just to cool them, and then it'll spin up. So here we go, starting engine 1. Now, there's not going to be much sound on this, so I want to show you guys the dual cooling. This is a proper Pratt & Whitney simulation. See, both N2s are spooling up here. We're at about 10%, and the timer is counting down. And if you look, they're both motoring. So we'll sit here, and we'll watch this spool up here. Right after it's done motoring, you should hear it start to go. Oh, yeah, we'll get the altitude FMA, don't worry. Oh, that's X-Pilot making noise. Hold on, I'm going to disconnect just because I want to hear this. That bass hit on that light off was awesome. That was straight juice. We're going to do a 2-engine taxi out. We can see we have an Avail on number 1. We'll go ahead and do this. I'll tell you what. Let's start 2. We'll watch the startup sequence as well. PTU. So now there's no cooling because it's already cooled. See how the N2 slows down right there? There's our fuel flow. There's your light off. Now you'll have a rapid acceleration in EGT. Love it. There's an Avail light. We're going to move that to there. We're going to arm you. We're doing 1 plus F. I'll reconnect to VATSIM. You can just hear the other VATSIM traffic. That's why I didn't want to be connected. You hear that little... Look at that CFM 319. Ew. Trim was down 0.3, so let's cheat here a minute. Down 0.3 on the trim is set. RMU, everything else is good. We'll come up top. We'll go APU bleed, dual cooling off, APU master switch off. Short taxi out. No, we'll go ahead and do it on the taxi out. Aircraft selection says 738. Yeah, it's just X-plane being X-plane. I'm going to turn the sim down a little bit. Where are we going? We're going to 3-4 left, and if I look at our 10-9 page, it's going to be a left turn out here. We'll do 2 west, Bravo. Salt Lake City traffic, Delta 357, taxi in 3-4 left via 2 west on Bravo. Oh, I need to reconfigure my radio here. There we go, so I'm not listening to myself on 2. Alright, taxi light on, brakes released. We're going to do a hard right turn. Oh my. That was the juice. I haven't heard a whale sound like that in a minute. I gotta do that again. We're gonna do it again. We gotta do it from the cockpit view now. This is how I taxi Neos in real life because I love hearing that sound. Again. Oh my gosh, that is legit. Exclamation point sound. Go pick up the KOSP sound pack right now. Stop wasting your time. You need it. If you fly the Toliss, you need it. It is legit. Alright, there's 2 west. We're going out here. Let's do a flight control check on our move. Taxi out. Full up, full down, a neutral, full left, full right, neutral, rudder, proper simulation, full left, full right, neutral, auto brakes max. We might still be a little cold. Let's see. Takeoff config check. We'll go 1, 2, TARA, terrain on ND. Cabin and spoilers. The spoilers in X-plane, for some reason I can't bind it to a toggle, so it messes up. I'm gonna have to figure out if there's a way to fix that. Like, I want to be able to toggle the arming. Now, if only X-plane could turn the lights on in the cockpit. I know. I don't know why that is. That's just an X-plane thing. We'll make the left turn here. We'll set our top altitude of, what's our top altitude today? Max 359. Cruise is 36. So we can't even get to our max because we're so heavy. So I'm going to set 320 now for an initial. I wonder what a whale would do if you taxied a Neo side by side. So you know what's crazy? Is even as good as the Neo sound here is it on the Airbus, on the Adoptabus, the 220, I almost think it's more obnoxious. Like when a 320 Neo taxis away from the terminal, you may hear a little bit, depending on where you are, how close you are. When an A220 taxis away, you hear it from the bathroom inside the terminal. Like it's that obnoxious. I wonder if the hold to arm would not work for speed brakes. I haven't bound a button with that. Justin, I was looking for oh no, hold to arm won't work because this is a push down. So like when I push it down, it acts as a single button press. So what I have to do is, like, it just doesn't, and it's on, and the problem is it's also on the same axis as my spoiler. So if I somewhat of just touch the spoiler lever, it'll trigger the axis and disarm the spoiler. So I wonder if there's a workaround I can do. Apparently people have complained at airports served by 220s. Doesn't surprise me, man. People have been complaining at airports ever since airports were built. Forward call is done. We're all green here, ready to go. Do a quick engine temp check. Yeah, we're all in the green. So we do have ortho. We have Fork Boy ortho out of here, out of Salt Lake. Which is the same ortho I used to always run on X-Plane 11. I always thought it looked so good. Wow, my whole monitor just flashed. That's kind of scary. I hope I'm not having a power supply issue about to happen. There is an option to bind speed brake arm. I might look at it. It doesn't, I mean, it hasn't bothered me enough to the point where I want to invest any time in solving the issue. People move to airports, then complain that they are there. Never seems to amaze me. Caleb, I know, man. All right, we're going to cut across the pad. Clear right. Salt Lake City traffic, Delta 347 departing at 34 left out to the southwest, Salt Lake. All right, you Fonkers, hit that like button for Whaley Juice Sounds. Ooh, all right, so 330 watching, 125. If we hit 250 likes, in the next 60 seconds, we will do a Toga takeoff from outside view. From outside view, you'll hear him spool up. But you got 50 seconds to smash down that like button. 250 likes, or else we're just going to do it from internal cockpit view. I should probably try to do a decent lineup here because we don't have a whole lot of runway to play with. Ah, that's not true. We have 12,000 feet. Well, that was way short. I have not. See, my 321 game is. Look how much I undercut that turn. All right, 10 more seconds. What are we doing? 2:16. Now I'm going to let it go. There's about a 10-second delay, so I'll let it go to minute 10 before I end the poll, because I know there's a little bit of a delay. Fake pilot taxi job. 2:22. All right, minute 10. 2:28. Not happening. All right. Inside view takeoff sounds only, but thank you for smashing down that like button. I appreciate you. Rookie numbers indeed. Salt Lake City traffic, Delta 357 departing, runway 34 left. Nose forward on the stick, spool them up 50. Here we go. I'll pop this out so you can see it. Yoga's in chat. 50% stable yoga. Mantoga SRS runway auto thrust is blue. They are screaming back there. Thrust set. Hundred knots. Check. Look at this takeoff roll. V1. Rotate. Dang, I was thinking, 12,000 feet, but that would be pretty tight. Don't hit the tail, positive rate. Gear up. Navin, fly with, or fly by. We actually have fly by. Oh my gosh. That flyby sound. Let's do it again. We are, that flyby sound, 10 for 10 on that. Now look how slow we are. Lever climb. We got a nice little positive trend, so let's go ahead and we'll go MCT for a second. We'll continue to lower that nose. Thrust climb, climb. Nav, auto thrust. And now this is where this sound pack gets this right, is the Neo is quiet from a passenger standpoint, for sure. And I mean, it's just the right amount of loud. Just the right amount of loud from the cabin. Watch the flyby view here. Delta 357, turn left to fly heading 300. Open climb heading. In the turn. Hand fly it out here. Man, no wonder it wouldn't do flaps 3. Gosh. We'll keep that left turn coming all the way around. Delta 357, proceed direct to arcs. Direct to arcs, Delta 357. All right, nav mode, we're going to continue that left turn. Our gross weight is 181.2. 181,000 pounds, and it's also 35 degrees outside. And we're at 7,200 feet, so it all makes sense now. Here we go, same thing as yesterday. This is what auto retraction was designed for. You see that? There's the auto retraction of the flaps. Now we'll let the airplane continue to accelerate. And when we hit S speed, we'll go slats 0. One thing real quick, what's our min clean here? Oh, we already passed it. 231. Let's go flaps 0. Watch this VLS come up. Look at that. Nicely done.
Traffic.
TCAS, I have control. Look at that VLS window come all the way up. That's why you wait. Not much else to do here. Let's go autopilot 1. Gross weight is decided to have thirds and dessert for Thanksgiving dinner. Man. This makes me want to open up WIs and work on the 32NX sounds right now, says Hotshot. Hey, Boris, I don't know, man. You might be slacking, man. Let's do another flyby sound here. I mean, it almost hurts my ears every time it flies by. But see how nice and quiet it is in the cabin? And then up front, you get that wind noise, which is realistic. Now, I think I can still turn down internal wind noise from here. If I go sounds and I do like internal, I can turn down all of the internal. I have it down just right about there. That's, to me, that seems like the most realistic of what I'm listening to through my headset right now. You can see here we got terrain peaks mode 10.2, so there's definitely some high terrain. We're still climbing. I mean, we are dogging out of here. 1.8. Look at that. 11.7 in the red. That means there's still terrain depicted on our ND that is higher than us, and that is out the left window right there. So let's do a little left window shot here. This is ortho. This is active sky. So this is about as good as you can get it right now in the current state. This is the 12.06 beta. Oh, we're plenty good on that mountain in front. We're at least 1,000 over that. Wind noise is so bad in the 7.3. Oh yeah, the 7.3 is super loud. 7.3 is just, well, you know, with all my experience on the 7.3, 7.3 is kind of poop. Just kidding. Cam 321, welcome to the stream, man. Hey, Hotshot, I'm gonna have to do a Toliss 320 Neo comparison, head-to-head comparison. Hotshot, 320 Neo versus fly-by-wire Neo sound packs. Oh, look at that traffic up there off our left. Look at that 319. Okay, I gotta turn it. We gotta turn it down. That 319. Look how much he's out-climbed us already. Look at that traffic. It's out-climbed us. There's 10.6. Let's go ahead and let's get rid of all the excess drag we have here. Not much, but we'll go ahead and turn it off. Well, it's nice and smooth so far. We'll hit a forward call on the flight attendants. We'll let them know we're above 10 thou. After that's done, we'll come down here. We'll copy the active. We'll go progress page, or we'll clear any radnav, which we don't have. And I'm just going to put KSAN right in here. Now, I used to always say this. Man, look at this view coming out here. So, one of the most scenic flights you can do in the northern United States, in my opinion, is Salt Lake to LA or LA to Salt Lake. You could even do, or San Diego, you know, right? SoCal to Salt Lake City. You pass over some phenomenal terrain, and you pass over a variety of terrain. So you had a nice big lake there, and now we're kind of in the high desert. You're going to pass over kind of the low desert towards Vegas, go over the mountains, and now you're in Southern California. So you have a wide variety of terrain that you cross on this route, and it is very scenic. It is one of the most scenic routes I think you can fly, other than, you know, going up into Alaska, but just on the northern 48. So I love this route. We might have to do one more Microsoft domestic stream before the tour. I mean, we might have to replicate. Shoot, what time? This makes me want to do this exact flight again in Microsoft. Or maybe just do a turn, but that's kind of long. Isn't it? Hour 30 en route? I don't know. We'll see. Do you use AutoOrtho? No, I do not use AutoOrtho. Yeah, me and HKK basically collaborate on each project, so it'll be similar. Half our samples are the same. Aha, good deal, Hotshot. Oh, so you're telling me that the fuel pumps are not 737 fuel pumps then? Ah, they're actual A3 Airbus fuel pumps. Okay, I gotta hand it to Delta for the underside belly paint. I do like that belly paint, and I do love the Delta on the bottom. That's pretty cool. I do like that. I do like that a lot. Oh, we're starting to pick up a little bit of chop here. Fire up the Phoenix again. Would you ever fly the 350 if you had the chance? Oh, yeah, of course. How about Salt Lake to Aspen? Ooh, in the F-28. Orange County arrival is from the east is pretty also. Yes, Orange County, Andre, Orange County is also very pretty. Yep. Question: if you won a 1 billion jackpot, would you quit your airline job, streaming, both, or neither? Neither. I try to invest it and turn it into 2 billion. Plus, if I won $1 billion on the lottery, I'm probably only going to take home 250 million after the government takes their cut. Damn. It looks good. All right, so we are... I'll tell you what, I'm going to select speed here. We're going to do 330 in the climb out. Don't need that anymore. You can see now when I zoom out our range, the terrain mode. We lose peaks. There we go. 11.8. Everything's in green now. That's good. So we're well above the terrain. Now, I think this has been an issue since X-Plane 11, is the terrain on X-Plane as a sim limitation that you can't... I guess you can't display it on ND at 320 miles or out past like 80 miles. So you get the kind of a weird phenomena, but in the real airplane, you can show terrain all the way out to 320 miles. I don't know if the same is true in Microsoft. We'd have to test that. Each flyby sounds different. It does, Jeremy. You pick up on those little audible notes as the airplane's accelerating and getting higher. It does sound different. The engines sound way different now, too. They're much quieter as they're a little bit higher now. I do miss great replay odds. Microsoft actually gives us one in 2024 that isn't trash, 10%. Fubar, that would be so huge, Fubar, if we could have just a flyby. The replay is good in X-Plane, but if you use Flight Recorder in Microsoft, it's still pretty darn good. It's as close as you can get. I think Flight Recorder is a must in Microsoft. It's not as good and robust as the X-Plane replay system, but Ooh, is this Active Sky trying to give us a little Virga here? Let's see. Let's see if we get a little Virga here. I don't think it is, but this is Active Sky weather. You can see the cloud shadows on the ground, which is pretty good. Cam 321 as a 20-month member says 100 hours in the MD-80. That's one addictive machine. Ouch. 100 hours in the MD-80 Cam. You're gonna have to change your name to Cam MD-80. Thanks for the continued support, Cam. Appreciate you. What type of hardware do you use to fly the plane in the sim? I use a Throttletek V3 Flightbox. I use a FSprojects side stick mounted to a Thrustmaster Warthog base and a Cat 3 design tiller. Everything can be found in the description below. Especially since the map is generated outside of the sim for the fly-by-wire, at least it can show all the ranges. Oh. So it can be done, is what you're saying, Chaos. It can be done. If I could pick one sim to use, what would I use? I'd pick Microsoft Flight Sim. It's the easiest. It's got everything you need. Don't have to set it up. X-Plane, it's very much, it needs to be a labor of love for you because you have to take the time to make it run good. And half the time, your setup may take longer than your actual flight. Active Sky XP12 been good. John, this is the first time I've done a flight with Active Sky 12. So right now we're going into some nice little turbulence. I like it, but I'll let you know at the end of the stream. We'll have to find out here. We're well above freezing, so we don't have to worry about that. I'm trying to see if we get any little turbulence out here. But this is Active Sky 12. This is pretty realistic. A little bit of chop here, just some subtle wing movement out the side there. The last stream was not Active Sky, so the last stream was just straight default weather. This is Active Sky weather injection, and it has the turbulence in the clouds and all that stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Which is the worst crisis you faced in the 320? Electrical emergency. Oh, I'm staying corrected. Steven's right. Trade table was broken. A couple weeks ago, the Captain trade table tilt function was in op, so I could only have my tray table flat. I couldn't tilt it, and I almost refused to fly that airplane because that was, I said, it's safety of flight issue. Think of buying the MFG Crosswinds. Is the hydraulic damper a must-buy? Blue Bear, I don't know if I would label it a must-buy, but that would depend on what airplanes you fly a lot. So for me, it was a must-buy because I like to fly helicopters and DCS, although I haven't done that in a long time. Here we go, 18,000 feet set standard. But I also like GA stuff. And for helicopters, it's a must. For GA, it is a big help. But if you're just strictly flying airliners, Blue Bear, you probably don't have to have it. You're still going to enjoy the MFG crosswinds. You can still set the tension the way you want to set them. But my only thing was I really wanted that dampener for flying helos because I turn the tension pretty much off, and I have the damper all the way up, and where I put my rudder pedal, it stays, just like real pedals, anti-torque pedals in helicopters. So, or when you have trim, I should say. So that's why I went with the dampener. I absolutely love it. I think if it's within your budget to get the dampener, just do it because it's going to kind of bulletproof your rudder pedals for any airplane you want to fly. Helicopter tour of Tahiti, maybe. I feel like Austin focuses on the functionality he wants, but like many devs, lacks empathy for ease of use. Yes, Jeremy, that is a great way to put it. That's a great way to put it. Active Sky cloud textures are default. These are I don't know. Do they even change them? I don't think they change them in 12, do they? All right, so I'm going to pull up my Active Sky map now that you're... So there is an area of basically no clouds that we are flying through right now, which Active Sky is representing. So, all right. I kind of want to see how it does with the haze. Now, this high desert haze out here is very realistic. It's 110, 115 degrees out here, and you get out over this high desert, you get this kind of summer heat haze. So I know we hated the haze in X-Plane 11, myself included, but what you're seeing right here is a pretty good representation of this part of the world this time of year. So I'm I'm liking what I'm looking at right now out the window. Let's do one more flyby because daggum is so nice. Look at that 319 is already conning up there. Jeez. Where's that 319? That 319 is way up there. Oh, man. Yeah, we're going to have time for outside view. As soon as we get to 32, we're going to stop the climb at 320. And what I'll do is, matter of fact, I'm going to set 320 as a final for right now, because 35, 36. I'm going to just set 320 as a final for now. And then I'm going to remind myself by starting the chrono, we'll level at 32, we'll burn off some fuel, and then we'll just zip up to 36. But I want to enjoy some more of this wing views here before we do outside view. But ortho looks pretty darn good. Is forgetting your coffee at the terminal a divert emergency? Yes, that's why I've never forgot it. I flew Airbus with tray table completely in op. I was surprised it was even dispatchable under MEO. That's no good, man. I'm actually kind of surprised it is too. I guess not. Would you lower the climb speed and rely on climbing this slowly? Nah, depends. You could. If ATC was upset, that probably at this point they'd be like, Delta 357, can you make it to 38 and so whatever? But yeah, we can help you out. So let's help them out. Let's come back to 310 initially. This will help climb us up a little bit. Now theoretically, MCT and climb should be pretty darn close. Let's do a test here. 92 is MCT, 93 is MCT. We're climbing at 88.5. So as we climb, that should get closer to MCT. We'll see. We'll check it again when we get up here into the 30s. We're still kind of low, 23 thou. You're only climbing because of the curvature of the Earth? Airplane coffee, 4th day of trip, old airframe, pass or not? Pass, Gustavo, pass. I will pick up like a can, or like one of those coffees, in the bottled coffees in the NBC store or something in the airport before I drink airplane coffee. I will not drink airplane coffee. I've gotten close a couple times, but no, I can't bring myself to do it. Cannot bring myself to do it. We're still climbing. Taking a minute though. Over the vast desert. Does the sound pack include separate sounds? Indeed it does. Indeed it does, Xavier Beller. It does. Shaq Oatmeal, good to see you. Is it worth the hassle? Oh. Is X-Plane 12 worth the hassle? I think my delay in answer is your answer. It's so close to being worth it, Shaq. It just depends. Like today was a bad day for me because I was trying to download new orthos for Utah, and I got all 50 out of 51 gigs, and then my download stopped because I ran out of space. So I would have had to start over, and I said screw it. So I just deleted it. And then I just transferred all my old ORBX, or my old Fork Boys from X-Plane that I still had on my hard drive. I transferred them over. That took 40 minutes to move 100-something gigs of stuff over. And then all my stuff was out of order, right, from the INI folder. I was like, well, I could use X-Organizer, but they wanted you to buy a new one for X-Plane 12. I said, screw it. I ran the X-Plane 11 organizer, and it still worked. It wanted me to update, but I didn't update because I think if I updated it, it wouldn't have worked. I'm on a really old version. That's why I say, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Like, I don't update my stuff unless something breaks, because I can almost guarantee you if I would have updated my X-Organizer for X-Plane 11, it probably would have inhibited X-Plane 12 functionality. That way it forced you to go buy it. But I just ran my X-Organizer from X-Plane 11 on an old version, and I synced everything up, and now it's working. Same thing for ORBX. I had to move all my ORBX stuff over for SoCal, True Earth. And I don't know, Shaq. You're not. Here's the thing. How do I word this? If you are trying to make X-Plane 12 look as good as Microsoft Flight Simulator, you will not happen. You will not make X-Plane 12 look better than Microsoft Flight Simulator. You may get it to look really close in its current state. I'm saying in its current state. I'm not saying as X-Plane continues to develop and gets better and better. But right now, in its current state, you will not get X-Plane to look as good as Microsoft Flight Simulator. You can spend a lot of money and get all the add-ons, get all the truer stuff, get everything going. You can get it to look good. You can definitely get it to look good. I actually think this looks pretty good coming out, like looking out the window right now. This looks pretty good. It doesn't look any worse than Microsoft Orthos out here when we're up at altitude. But when you get down, like when we fly into San Diego, that's where you're really going to see the difference. Even with the ORBX California truer stuff. But yeah, and here's the other thing is the more you put into X-Plane 12 to make it look better, the more add-ons you have running in the background, the more stuff you put in your folder, the more likely it is you're going to have a conflict somewhere and your sim's going to crash. That is why I'm a huge proponent of keeping my Microsoft as clean as possible. The only add-ons I have in Microsoft are airplanes and airports. That's it. Nothing else. Don't need cloud enhancements. Don't need anything weather. Don't need any forest. I did download, I think, the ORBX South America ortho or something, just because we were doing that South America tour. But that's it. You don't need any other extra stuff. With all of that said, if you are using X-Plane as a tool, if there is any real-world application to your simming, whether it's you have a PPL and you want to stay fresh on doing some landings or doing some pattern work, whatever it is, X-Plane 12 is going to be where where you're going to want to be, especially if you're doing any abnormal flying characteristics, single engine stuff, engine shutdowns. X-Plane 12 is going to have your back when it comes to abnormal flight characteristics. In normal characteristics, Microsoft is pretty good, or is pretty decent. I'm not going to say it's bad. Now, when you start to do things like VMC roll aircraft and all that stuff, that's when Microsoft can get a little bit funky. I'm not saying, I think it really has a lot to do with the developer of the airplane that you're flying. Whereas in X-Plane 12, you can turn on all the lift vectors and stuff, and you could see exactly what's happening in real time. So that's just kind of my opinion. But Shaq, you said all this seems too much, seeing how easy it is to jump in 2020 and make it not want to go back to Microsoft. Yeah, that's Shaq. That is the biggest, especially as a content creator. You know this. You stream. When you want to stream, you want to stream. You want to get in, you want to launch the sim, and you want to fly A to B. You want to focus on your viewers. You want to focus on the chat, whatever you're doing. X-Plane, I came in 2.5 hours early. Now it's different because I run my sim at an office, so I have to leave the house. I came in early, trying to download stuff, buying Active Sky, getting it to work properly, going through all the settings, tweaking which settings I want, which settings I don't want. So if that stuff is a labor of love to you, then you're going to enjoy X-Plane 12. If that stuff is not a labor of love and it's a hassle, then you're probably not going to enjoy it as much. But for someone like me, who I have a twofold approach. I want to use this sim for training. I want to use this sim for learning and teaching. And after this current beta release, 12.06, I definitely think it is worth showing to the community, especially for those of you that are on maybe on X-Plane 11 still, and you've been waiting for a time to go to 12, make the jump to 12. Because in my honest opinion, up until this latest beta, if you have all the add-ons for X-Plane 11, you weren't missing out on much in 12. You really weren't. But now with this beta, and I think it's only going to get better from here on out, only time's going to tell, but this beta is huge, and this beta should have been how X-Plane 12 dropped on the initial release. I'm not going down that money hole again. That's the other thing, man, is the money. The money to get airports and sceneries, and daggone, that looks pretty good, though. Does that not look pretty good? Those mountains down there look good. Where's Sim Aviator? Where you at, man? That looks pretty darn good. Alberto D, 45 months of support. Goodness gracious. Look at those wings on you, man. Alberto, thanks for supporting the channel, man. Appreciate you. I think I've had the alert box off, too, but I didn't miss anything. Good. All right. Better late than never. Al W, welcome. Stephen Hanner, you got a dip. Take it easy, man. Have fun in the beautiful city of Wales. San Diego. Take it easy, Steven. Thanks for standing by. Okay, I said, and we keep not mentioning Microsoft 24 is on the horizon. Correct. Microsoft 24 will drop, and it will add better scenery and a new aerodynamic engine, RC Flyer 62. You have a very good point, but you also, I'm not going to jump to conclusions prior to seeing Microsoft 24 or getting my hands on it, but you have a very valid point on what's going to happen in the future. Aviation sound expert. Hello, V1. Does the 320neo family have oral warning stop rudder input in real life? If yes, in which law? Normal, alternate law. It depends on the software in the airplane. I believe that is a new thing we are getting on our fleet as well. I think on the, I think on our 321 Neos, I think it does. I remember this in Recurrent. I'm going to Recurrent for 5 days. Ask me at the end of the month. I'll have a better answer for you. But I have heard of this before. I have never experienced it in the sim nor in the real airplane, but what you are saying rings a bell, so I'm pretty sure you're correct. But it's only on the newer aircraft. It's a new software load with call-outs and everything that's coming. It better look good. You spend enough space and time on it. Chaos, don't remind me. X-Plane 12 has these aircraft what Microsoft does not have at a current time. That is true. You just wait. FSX is going to be the most realistic flight sim release ever. FSX. All right, are we finally leveling off? I think we are. Mach or speed alt cruise. Let's go into speed Mach. We'll do 8.1 on the Mach because it's nice and smooth. Actually, let's dial it back to 8.0. Smooth up here. We'll turn the seatbelt sign off. I'm going to turn the sounds almost all the way down, and we're going to go outside. And then we're going to turn on some tunes because we're going to sit here and we're going to enjoy these orthos, because this flight, I'm telling you, is a beauty. I almost want to do it. In Microsoft. There's a 319, I think, is out past us. Aviation Blaze for the 13 months of support as a commercial pilot. Thank you. Thank you. Is there a soft Toga? There is. Soft go-around mode. Go around soft. Man, GA soft is what it is. I don't know if it's just me, but the mountains in Microsoft look kind of low res, kind of outside the US in regard to X-Plane Ortho does seem to look better. Yes, Kevin 747, you can make your orthos sharper in X-Plane 12 than you can in Microsoft. That is a thing. So you're limited to the Microsoft ortho. And what do they call that? The scale of which it's made or whatever. I forget what it's called. You can definitely make your orthos higher res in X-Plane 12. Again, if that kind of stuff is your labor of love, if you like doing that, you can get sharper ortho than you get in Microsoft. If you did Mach 8.1 during normal ops, would you get in trouble? Nope, not at all. X-Plane as a pilot sim, Microsoft brings people to flight. True, Jeremy, true. Is it normal behavior during the flare the aircraft tend to pitch down? Yes, in the Airbus it is. It's actually trimming nose down, so you do flare. That takes a snapshot at 50 feet if you're in a Neo, 30 feet if you're in a non-Neo, and then it begins to trim down, so you get that conventional flare. Does the FADEC on the Neo with Pratt stay on longer during turnaround? I think it stays on shorter, because the Pratts are the ones where you have to go FADEC ground power on to check the oils. So if you don't do that, it'll be Amber X. I forget. Chaos, you should know the numbers on this because I think you just corrected the fly-by-wire, right? So the Pratt & Whitney's FADEC will power down faster than the CEOs. Matter of fact, I think the CEOs don't even power down now that I'm thinking about it. You mean ROPS implemented by X-Plane 11 as well? I don't know if it's implemented by X-Plane 11, Michael Lobb. I don't know. Refly this route on Microsoft on another stream, my brother. We could wait. Don't want to burn the cat now. No worries, Tom. We'll see. You can always just fly the opposite direction. What would we fly back? Well, I don't want to do that. It'd have to be Airbus. Maybe on the fly-by-wire. Oof. San Diego to Salt Lake, fly-by-wire. What livery could you take? Try to change to nighttime. The moon cast light, moonrise, and midnight is actually interesting to see. The moon cast light? I might have to try it. Try it a little bit. I don't want to. I have to pause the sim. So here's the other thing I've found. to go from tracking real time to like non-real time, you have to go into the sim settings and it pauses the whole flight. And then my active sky gets messed up. So I don't really want to do that mid-flight right now because I think active sky is doing a pretty decent job. Frontier. Ooh. Excited for the Synoptic 220? I don't get excited for freeware other than the fly-by-wire until I actually get to fly the airplane. So if the Synoptic 220 lives up to the hype and it is as good or better than the fly-by-wire, sweet. But I don't get excited for freeware airplanes. I think that's just a good technique to have if I were you. Don't get excited for freeware until you actually fly them. Frontier, or yeah, Shaq, you're right. Could do a Frontier. Frontier 320 Neo. Ooh, Shaq. Spicy, man. What was I gonna do tonight? Oh, I was gonna do steaks tonight because we forgot to do them tomorrow. We didn't do them yesterday. I went home. There's a bunch of leftover pizza. One of the great things about having kids is leftover pizza. I do love myself some pizza. BKG Blueface, exactly. Projects die. And this is and when I say that, yeah, I don't mean it as any disrespect to any freeware dev out there. It's just because I've been burned in the past by so many freeware projects that over time I've learned to just be like, all right, when I hear something being developed, I'm like, oh, cool, that's neat. Like, I'm not mad or upset, but I want to actually have my hands on the airplane before I am super jazzed about it. I don't get excited for payware. And Caleb, that is also a great virtue to live by as well. I tailor my excitement to the payware dev. So even this MD-11 that's coming out, TFDI, I am tailoring my excitement. Bluebird 757, tailoring my excitement. Of course I want to see a 7.5. The first flight we're going to do, American Airlines, bare metal, we're going Miami. Are we leaking fuel? I don't know, for a second I thought we were leaking fuel out that left wing. You see that? Just leave it to Toliss to screw my beautiful juice view here with a nice failure right over the mountains. But, yeah. I'm tailoring my expectations. I'm super excited for 7.5, but let's just say if it was a PMDG 757 coming out, I would be way more excited. Brian Valdez, I think I missed your super chat, member chat there. Loving the content. I've learned a lot here. Brian, thank you for that. I appreciate the support. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. Thanks for being a member, man. Is that I-15? I was just looking at this highway down here, right here. Jeremy, you should know. I-15? I'm not too familiar with driving in these parts of the country. But this is, I mean, look at this terrain, y'all. This is, how is this not beautiful? I mean, this looks really good. This looks really good, man. This really does look juicy. There's a shot for you. I don't know. I was kind of liking that down view. That's kind of, we always do the front. I think all content creators, we're always on that same vibe where we want to put the airplane kind of nose on. Maybe I'm going to change it. I'm going to be a trendsetter. We're going to do aft. We're going to do quartering tail down view. I'm setting a new trend for flight sim streamers everywhere. In cruise, quartering tailwind down view. Thanks, Call Me Sticks. I think it looks good too. This ortho looks good. It really does. You think you'll ever redo your Airbus Pilot Pro Series? I'd love to see a Sim 320 V1 type rating training. Caleb Greenlee. I've been asked to do that many times, and I actually started on it a while back. And then there were just too many updates that happened, and then life got in the way. Problem with that series is it takes a lot of time to edit the videos. The more I want to edit, the more time it takes. Whenever my sim left my house, it made it very difficult to make pre-recorded videos. So all that pre-recorded video stuff that I have on my channel, that was all done pretty much when I had my sim in my house. Because, yeah, I could hop on for 10 minutes, do some editing, do this, hop on for 10 minutes, do this. Now I got to drive 30 minutes one way to get to my sim. So if I drive 30 minutes to get to my sim, do an hour of editing, then I'm burned out, and then 30 minutes back, or then I gotta, it's just like, it makes it harder. But I think I have a resolution for that coming. I will speak on that later. But I would love to. It's not out of the books yet. Look at this over here. Where are we? What is this town here? That looks beautiful. I want to load in here, but I don't want to. Oh, look at this. Accidentally hit the shift 1 view. Same with podcasts, Kyle. As soon as my house and PC became separated, it became even harder to do podcasts. Because the best part of the podcast, what is this little town here? Hurricane? I want to fly here in the Comanche. Where's Copper Rock? Sand Hollow State Park? What airport is this? We have to come here in the Comanche. This is St. George, Utah. All right, well. St. George, Utah. We're going to have to come here in the Comanche. The only real pilot who has to daily commute to his fake airplane. Aaron, that's funny, man. You can see the end of the ortho. Yes, here we go. Now, we're going to have an area, and I want to say I did this on purpose, but I didn't. This is where, if ortho creation is not a labor of love for you, this is what you are faced with from a default level. So look as we approach the non-ortho section, and I think, why are we in non-ortho here? Is this, what state is this? Arizona. I don't have any Arizona, but as soon as we get back to Nevada, I think we'll be covered again. But as we get ready to cross over the 4 corners, we're going to be ortholess. So just look at that. Let that sink in a little bit. There's the difference. You have to have ortho for X-Plane. You have to. Now, my question is, this whole streaming ortho thing, can you control what zoom level it is? Mr. Martini, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. I think St. George, where the YouTuber What's Inside lives, but I'm old and the memory ain't what it used to be. No worries, Al. Good to see you, Al. Hope all is well. Needs a guest house out back for Sims. Al, I would. The problem is there's no internet at my house. There is internet with Starlink, but you can't stream from Starlink. It's just not viable. Need the Comanche in Tahiti for some fish and fruit deliveries. Zyla Bob, it's going to happen, dude. I'm super excited. We're going to be headed to Tahiti. I was going to do it tomorrow, but the problem is I have a 4:15 a.m. showtime on Thursday. Or no, 5:15 showtime on Thursday. And I didn't want to stream all day tomorrow and then basically have to be in bed by 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're not doing the long haul tomorrow, but it will probably be Friday. As we fly to Tahiti. Have you been to 4 corners in your life? I have. Default res is okay for the auto ortho. All right. There you go. Here we go. The dividing line. You can control the ortho in the sense that it sets a minimum zoom level. All right, AJ. Interesting. I don't know. I think XP was saying this a while ago. If someone would just have all the ortho done for the United States, all the ortho for Europe or wherever, and just put it on a server and you had to like pay to join and you could download where you wanted to go at unrestricted download speeds, I would pay for that. I enjoy creating ortho about as much as I enjoy riding the plane train in Atlanta Hartsfield. So there's a whole lot of things I'd rather do than to create ortho. We're going to have to do up view here pretty soon. Got time for a Fokker stream Thursday, working Zob for Toronto. Lauren, I get back early. I'll have to see. I'm trying to see what time I get back. I think I'm back at like 1. I have to see how tired I am, Lauren. Oh, no. Or did I swap that out? Hold on. Why is it not showing? Hold on. We have a potential situation here. I got to update my schedule real quick. Let me look. Bye-bye, Ortho. We'll miss you. Nice knowing you. I imagine that would be difficult from an intellectual property point of view. Oh, the Ortho server thing? I see where you're going, Aaron. Yeah. You're probably right. That's why it hasn't happened yet. Oh, you know what, Lauren? Oh, Lauren, I'm going to be real life Detroit. I got a 3-leg triangle day on Thursday, Lauren, so probably not. It's I get back at 2 o'clock, but it's a long day. ATL, Detroit, Philly, back to ATL. So doing the northeastern triangle tomorrow. 3 legs, same airplane. What kind of airplane am I in? 320 Neo. Nope. 320 Classic. Back to regular X-plane now. Yep. Now we're back in the regular X-plane land until we get a little bit further. So until then, let's enjoy like this view. Here you go. Petabytes for data for ortho in great detail. Oh, I can do that with auto ortho. It's all streamed to my PC. The problem with auto ortho is I don't know, Carta. I can't get on board to auto ortho train, man. It should be part of X-Plane 12. Why can't Austin just make it happen? Austin and the auto ortho person, whoever set it up, should get together and say, look, come and start X-Plane. If you tick a box, if you want to use auto ortho, and it's done. That's how it should be done. Let me go inside here, make sure nothing's burning. I just saw the airplane do a little jump. I am going to climb up to 36 now. So let's set, we don't even have to do that because it's not a Boeing. Just set 360 and hit open climb, and we'll have a new cruise altitude automatically set, 360. Up she goes. We'll monitor the climb here for a minute. Holger Teutsch, 40 months, 39 months as a commercial pilot. Holger Teutsch, appreciate you. Late to the party, good to see you give X-Plane 12 some love again. Yes, Holger Teutsch, we've been giving it some love yesterday and today. I gotta tell you, the latest beta is promising for the X-Plane fan base for sure. So it's piqued my interest to see what happens in the future for X-Plane 12. Work on the shadows. We got to get these cockpits a little bit brighter. But it is definitely a promising update. There's no doubt about it. That 319 is whooping us on speed. Yeah, he's ripping up there. Top Gaming, you were shocked that was X-Plane? I'll tell you what, back there with the ortho, it was almost hard to tell, right? Almost. These flyby sounds, though, are just awesome. There's a Spirit Wing. So there's a video on YouTube. Let's go over here in the jump seat view for a minute while we wait for this climb out here. There's a video on YouTube of a 320 Neo passing by. I think it is a Delta too. Passing by a, maybe it wasn't a Neo. Anyway, passing by a weather balloon. And that's almost what this flyby sounds like. It's that. Because how do we know nobody knows what a 320 sounds like at 80 Mach with their own ears at 38,000 feet until one flew by a weather balloon. And you can find that video on YouTube. It's pretty cool. You can hear it coming and sounds pretty similar. Still not giving Shift 1 its love. Habitual Shift 2 person. Shift 1 is aight, but it just takes too long sometimes. Like it needs to be, if it was a little bit faster, and I don't like how I can't move the camera around in Shift 1 view. Like if I do a Shift 2, oh, there's our ortho over there. I can see our ortho over there in Nevada. But if I do a Shift 2, see, I can zoom, I can come down below. Hats, I want hats. Kako, I'm petitioning for white Pan Am style hats at Smurfland. Hey, Kako, that'd be interesting, man. I'll tell you what, white hats and white shirts, I'm down. We just got to get rid of those blue shirts. Those blue shirts have got to go, man. The blue shirts have got to go, please. A secret tip from outside of Smurfland is everybody thinks Smurf shirts are funny. So the Smurf shirts have got to go, man. Got to go. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, bud. I'll catch you later, Aviator Nick. Catch you on the replay. Aviator Nick, take it easy. Thanks for stopping by the stream here as we go over the Jupiter Moon portion of the terrain. What I think of the Delta Museum in Atlanta is pretty sweet, man. They're all cool. Delta Museum's cool. The American Museum's cool. Never been to the United one. Whoa. Just had a moon, or that's a sun shadow. Look at that other Delder right there. Are we gonna climb up into them? I think we are. I tell you what, let's go direct Hackman. Start the turn early, so we can give ourselves a little separation. There's an American one in DFW. There we go. Go Hackman. Give ourselves a little bit of separation here. Oh, you're at 380? Good deal. I don't want to give you a TCAS, so climbing up directly underneath you, though. All right, less than 100 feet to level off. Some nice high-level wispy clouds here. Looking pretty good. Still, bigger engines on the plane just look better. Call me sticks. I agree with you, man. 321 Neo engines look good. All right, we're leveling off barely. How's our weight? We are 175.6. And our fuel on board at landing 6.4. So let's just say that's another 2,000 pounds. So we're going to be tight again. We're going to be tight again. Let's see if we can burn some more gas. We'll go 8-1 here and cruise. It's been real smooth. V2 plus 10, the settings are mostly everything maxed out. I think I turned the ambient occlusion down to the setting that's just below max. I know clouds are on maximum, and pretty much everything on the right side is close to max, except ambient occlusion on the left side. But I don't want to go into the settings menu because it messes with my active sky for some reason. So that's the only reason why I don't want to do it. Let's come back over here. Let's see what else we got. Oh, wow. I went away for a second and now we have clouds. Weather load. That's good. It kind of hides the Jupiter ground textures. What is this song? I'm going to go ahead and say negative, Ghost Rider. Anik, I have to go now. Nice stream. Catch the rest in replay. Take it easy, Anik. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Crimson Ghost, I can't get over how much that looks like a 7.5. That's because it's only a few feet shorter than a 7.5. It is very close to a 7.5. If you get a 321 IAEs with sharklets, you could easily mistake it as a 7.5. Definitely possible. I kind of want to try to fast forward our time now. But I'm locked in. Should I risk it? Should I get us out of midday or run us down to sunset? I think we should do that. Let's risk it. So I'm gonna, well, that's gonna mess with active sky. Screw it. It shouldn't. I should be able to have real weather and non-real time. It's an X-plane problem. Uh-oh. Well, that's interesting. Bueller? Well, we have a problem. Ah! Change time and menu. Thank you, X-Plane. Alright, let's go ahead and fast forward this day. We don't want to land at night. We want to land kind of close to sunset. Let's just bring the sun right about there. Now, it's extremely dark in X-Plane cockpit, so let's make sure our dome lights are on bright. Let's go ahead and make sure all the flood lighting is up to maximum, or else we won't be able to see anything. But that's definitely an X-Plane issue. Alright, everything's brightened up. There we go. We fly into the sunset. There it is. Oh, you can't see it. Now that is a high quality sun right there. X-Plane, come on. I was just talking so good about you. Don't do this to me. Cloud surfing right here doesn't look all that bad, honestly. These clouds up here look pretty good. And this music is definitely vibing with this Delder up here, cloud surfing. Dome lighting works semi. The white circle. No object has ever been so perfectly round. Yep. That's a pretty perfect round one right there. That's a pretty good view, though, right there. If that sun was only a little bit better. They're trying to unround it. I can see where they're trying. I drew that sun. I'm the Pablo Picasso of 2D sun drawing. Shit's about to hit the fan here in Kennedy. Some nasty stuff passing through. Uh-oh. Cacao, you out? Well, I guess you are out on the east side. Well, best of luck, man. Glad I'm not out there today. I did see someone in the one of my group chats posted about that. Oh, look, we're hitting ortho again. We're hitting ortho again. So let's do this view here. That looks pretty good. Okay, that looks pretty good. Crisis averted. Fonzie, no, I have not converted. Don't worry. Oh, you're in the crash pad? Man, dude. Catco, I hope you get, like, Christmas off, man. I hope you get all the holidays off this year. I feel your pain, man. Crash pad life is no fun. I re-downloaded X-Plane yesterday and got the sound pack. I'm liking it a lot. Good deal, Cereal Box. Flight Sim guy, yes. The sunset at a distance here, with this ortho, this is looking very good. I love these colors. These sunset colors look real good right now. Not over dramatic. It's still hot. You're still kind of in the desert. This is a very realistic looking sunset scenario here. A little bit of haze out there. Wings looking good. I called off for Christmas first time in 12 years. Oh no. Your secret's safe with me. Microsoft Sun actually hurts your eyes to look at. Yes, Ryan, you do need sunglasses for the Microsoft Sun. Microsoft Flight Simulator is the one sim where you actually can legitimately wear sunglasses to fly. You could legit do it. I swear if Toliss updated the 346 textures, I would buy it on the spot. Bricktiller? Who knows, man? They've updated their 319 now. I bet you they will. I bet you they will. They're bringing everything up to standard, man. Toliss is steadfast in their support for the products they have created. That is 100% accurate. They just have continued to push updates. Even the 319, the first airplane they released, which was probably the most beat up airplane they released, this is their first one, is now at the standard of their 320 Neo, which is a very good. We flew 319 yesterday. Or no, did we? No, we flew 321 yesterday. But the 319 we flew on our failure stream. Just very good. Very good. If you're looking into the sun, you can go blind with Microsoft, yeah. If the sun doesn't burn my eyes like Microsoft, then the sun is wrong. These orthos are looking pretty good down there, though. I don't know. I'm kind of liking this wing view right here. So that's why Captain Canada wears shades on his stream. IAE engines, Alexander, or Pratt & Whitney's. Those are the only good options. Everything else is just trying to be something it's not. Imagine a Toliss 330. Jeremy, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Bring back the A318. Who knows? No one has done a 318. No one, right? 318 been neglected for sure. I'm getting very close to 1,500 hours in Microsoft. Surprised there's no achievement for CPL. That's awesome, Kyle. Flame, where'd you get that dot? That's perfect. Phoenix IAEs will complete me. Adam, I'm right there with you. Phoenix IAE engines with their V2 is going to be game-changing for the Microsoft Flight Sim platform. No doubt. Latin VFR did a 318? Ooh. Aerosoft did a 318 for what, FSX? I think I have that one. I just really wanted a good 380 since forever. It's in the works, Pablos. We don't talk about that here. Aerosoft 318 even had steep approach mode included. Was that for FSX? When did... I knew I flew an A318 on FSX. When did Aerosoft do a 318? P3D. Oh, maybe that was it. Long haul on the Felis 742 next. Too much work, man. Too much work. We did a long haul on the Felis 742. I think a 310 would be pretty cool, the A310, because it's going to be almost at its max range there. We're coming up on, I think the max range of a 310 is like 5,100 miles, and that flight to Tahiti is about 4,100. So depending on the payload and what kind of fuel we need, we're going to be pretty darn heavy at LAX on the A310. Yeah, Latin VFR scam mode. I know. I almost had a moment of weakness and almost got the Latin VFR buses, but you guys kept me straight. I appreciate that. Flight Factor 350? No, Bobby Joe. I would consider the Flight Factor 350 a freeware aircraft. I will never spend another penny on a Flight Factor airplane. Period. Full stop. If the 319 is the baby bus and the 318 is the Zygo bus. I do love it, Jeremy. I do love the Felis 7.4, but I want to be in a sim where remember, let's go back to the dynamic environment of Microsoft. That's the sim. I love the dynamic, ever-changing environmental of Microsoft. That, to me, is worth more than, at least when we're doing normal streams, than a lot of things, If I'm not going to go do single-engine approaches, I would much rather be in a dynamic environment in the simulator than be in a sim where I got to pay money and try to get everything synced up to make it appear that I have a real dynamic environment when it's probably not even that dynamic. You earned my thumbs up after that Flight Factor statement. Flame, yeah, it's a joke, man. It's a joke. Even the new 777? I'm going to have to ban FF777 on the channel. Eesh. Not going to be me, that's for sure. Flight Factor has been highly disappointing ever since 12 dropped the 777 as their last hope. They've already burned their last hope with me, man. I should have known this from the very beginning when Flight Factor banned me from the forums when they released the CFM 320. I should have known way back then that that it was just not worth my time. Jablino59, thank you for the $5 super chat, my friend. AV1, great content as always. Sorry if you covered this before, but do you ever use rudder trim on takeoff? If so, what would be the conditions for it? No. Jablino, you don't use rudder trim on takeoff. After engine start, you reset the rudder trim to 0. So your rudder trim should be at 0 when you take off. Now, you're going to be using rudder pedal input, but as soon as you get airborne, then I use trim if I need to. If the airplane's got a little bend to it, then I'll use a little bit of rudder trim. But as soon as you engage the autopilot, then the auto trim function starts for the rudder as well. So it'll start running the trim, make it nice and coordinated. So no, the only time you would use rudder trim on takeoff is a V1 cut or a V1 failure or single engine go around where you need to then retrim your rudder for single engine performance. Tap on the super chat to make your fans feel what? Recognize. What do I do? Oh, cool. I can like your super chat comments. Well, feel recognized, Jablin. I appreciate the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you. Ailerons into the wind. What's going on? Good to see you. I just had to pop in and see, was it worth it? I think it was worth it for this stream. Yes, I do. I absolutely do think it was worth it for the stream. And if anybody is hardcore in the X-Plane game, I think it's definitely worth it for the sound pack. I hope someone will pick up a sound pack for their Toliss, because if you love X-Plane and you love your Toliss Airbuses, you will love the sound pack. It's going to add so much more to your flights, I promise you. So for that and that aspect, it was worth it. Am I going to be an X-Plane 12 again soon? Probably not, but we will be back in here for recurrent training sim sessions. What are the scenarios flaps 2 and flaps 3 are used for takeoff? Kyle Ferris, whenever the ACARS gives us our flaps 2, flaps 3. We don't ever look at, from our SOP, we don't determine what flaps we're using. We just send for the data and it comes back and then we verify that it's going to work. You know, there's so many other things going on in a real environment. The last thing I care about is if we're using flaps 1 or flaps 2 for takeoff. Like, give all the performance numbers out, let Aero Data do their job for the millions of dollars that the company pays them to do their job, and then when you get the data back, verify it, and then go. So, real world, pretty different than simming. Simming, I like to have high flap settings just for cinematic purposes. Any news on Mini FCU? Nothing yet, JSIC. Nothing yet. Do the Cardamards work with the 321? Yes, they do. The CFMs do. I think the Pratt & Whitney's, he's working on updating them right now. How's 06B to 05? Helmex, it's a very good update. Very good. I bought it because of the streams. Nice job, Laser Shark. Do you manually reduce your vertical speed as you reach your altitude so you don't trigger TCAS for someone else? Yes, Jeremy. If you are climbing out of an area, a couple of notorious ones. Uh-oh.
Here's $5 for your banana soy cold foam Astro coffee. Hope you don't grow a set of moobs.
C2A, appreciate the $5 bank ankle check, man. I did not get one of those today, believe it or not. I got something else I'll talk about it here in a minute. But, yeah, I hope I don't either. I was supposed to work out today, and I didn't. So, uh-oh. Appreciate the $5 bank ankle check, C2A. Hope you're doing well, man. Appreciate the support. Jeremy, I use the vertical speed when I know I'm going to be in a high-traffic environment. DFW is a huge one coming out on the departures. There's a fix there on climb out where they level you at 9, and then the arrival is going over the same fix at 10,000. So yes, 100% vertical speed, less than 1,000. Same thing in Atlanta. Any big areas or any big airports where I know on the departure that I'm climbing right up into someone descending, I lower that vertical speed just so you don't trigger a TCAS. But DFW is notorious on the like the Fork 2 departure going out south and east is notorious for that. Does the sound pack include CFM and LEAP? Yes, it does. All 4 Cardamods work great with the current version of the 321. There you go. We are approaching top of descent chat. 20 miles to go. Let's come down here, enter destination data. Let's come around here. Let's come around here. Let's go ahead and send another ATIS off. Let's go ahead and send for some new stuff. Descent, I want to do 7-8 Mach and 320 knots. I love the sounds. Approach phase, we got a barrel ref we got to do. We got some more stuff to do. So I'm actually going to just sync up my screens like that. Latest and greatest to San Diego. I'm going to print you off. 10 miles, 300 at 8. 300 at 8. Yeah, that'll work. 27 low FLS approach. So temperature is 22. QNH is 2999. Now let's put our LS buttons on. We got Loke. Now I think I do. I don't think I do glide slope mode. I have to look that up. We'll get our LS button on. We're gonna come over here. We'll do landing perf. What's Lindy at? I know we don't have all the fixes on the arrival, but that's fine. I can check right here. Let's do this. Lindy is at 5, at or above 5. So I'm going to make Lindy a hard 5, actually. At 5. Insert. And then we're going to go ahead and dial in 5,000 feet right here. Approaching descent to a flyby. Beautiful. We'll manage it. Mach descent. And we're coming down for Lindy at 5. Lindy 250 at 190. Thank you, Keko. Oh, wrong Lindy. Lindy, yeah. Who was that? Vladimir. Thank you for the 5 Canadian. Appreciate you. Has anyone asked about a podcast today? Vladimir, appreciate you. No one's asked about it yet. I don't know. Chaos is always throwing it out there. But no, I haven't heard it today. But I appreciate you. Thank you, Vladimir, for the $5 Canadian bank angle check. That was a super chat. I can like it. Nothing yet on the podcast. We'll see. 320 has been in beta for years. Yeah, call me sticks. Yeah. Yes, Cam. Now, in the real airplane, there is an option on the approach. When I go perf, approach, there is an option here in FMS2 that will allow for what type of approach. I think it's assumed in this one. But we're going to land config full, FLS, VAP. Let's run a quick landing data assessment, 27. Landing weight, what is our current weight? We are 173.6. What is our max landing weight? Cacao, what's the max landing weight of a 321 Neo? It's like 175 or 176, right? Let's just run it on this one. Auto brake too low. Brake mode, so we need medium brakes. Look at that, 5,500 required, margin of 1,600 feet. So we need medium brakes on this one. We'll go ahead and select medium just for fun. Thrust idle. Let's go ahead and do this as well. We'll manage it up. We'll turn up the sim sounds. We'll do another flyby. Arlen, take it easy. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Hope you enjoyed it. Have fun getting back to work. Uh-oh, wife is joining the chat. All donations to go towards getting a pest control company to spray your office. You should have seen the alien that was in there yesterday. It was pretty wild. I haven't seen that type of insect before. I think it's a Georgian insect. It looked like a millipede. Actually, it looked like a centipede with 2 heads, 2 set of antennae, claws on the both sides, on the front and the back, and whoa, gosh, it was nasty looking. It was crawling all over the walls. It was about 3 inches long, and it got up on the wall and then fell off and was getting close to my rudder pedal, so I had to dispatch it because I did not want that thing climbing up my leg on final approach, or we might have rolled this sucker. So yeah, I had to dispatch it with the good old flip flop. I don't know what it was. I took a picture of it. Nasty looking thing. How do you fly SLS approach? The same way you fly an FLS approach, the same way you fly an ILS approach. All the difference really is if it's land-based, satellite-based, internal nav-based, and then every airline is going to have a different SOP to comply with it. Some can, some can't, and then the airplane has to have the equipment to fly it as well. You should, who's that? Wrong side's in the house. What's up, Wrong side? Good to see you. Flown into New York. Oh, I should have flown to New York. Weather's absolute dog doo-doo. One of our LaGuardia rivals were holding in Central Illinois, if that tells you anything. Oh, yeah. No thanks, Wrong side. I'll pass. Maybe we'll do a Fokker F-28 flight up to New York. This looks pretty good right here, though, not going to lie. Thanks for stopping by, Wrong side. No New York for me today. It's always a challenge. I remember my last time to New York, I took off at a DFW for LaGuardia, and they started holding us pretty much before we even got to Tennessee. Like, not holding, but they slowed us way down. Centipedes are reason enough for me to never live down south. KM321 says, Miss V1 has only one stripe, grounds for divorce if you ask me. That's funny. So, funny story about that is we were doing a members-only stream, and my wife was complaining that it was members only, and then that triggered like a member dono train, and I think AJ finally got her, gifted her a membership, so now I can't even escape on members-only streams. But yes, she is a new member to the channel. Now she gets all the notifications too. Caleb W with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate that. Toward fighting office aliens. Indeed, man. Indeed. It was definitely an office alien. Appreciate the $5 super chat, Caleb. Very kind. Jack Hackett has also dropped a £5 donation. Any idea what may cause really laggy sounds once my BSS sound pack is installed? BSS, nothing. Jack Hackett, I'm going to like your super chat. I appreciate the support, and I'm going to tell you a piece of information here that it's not going to make you feel too good. But the BSS sound pack it's BSS. It's not on your end. It's the way BSS runs his show. Uninstall that. Hit ! sound. I'll send it to you right now. And if you really want an all-inclusive sound pack, check out the KOSP sound pack in the description. Ease of install. All you do is drag and drop a couple files. But I will warn you, if you do go this route, you probably want to do a clean install of your airplane because you don't want to have any leftover BSS sounds because the BSS sounds kind of go all over the place. But I remember dealing with that issue, laggy sounds, Jack, and I also remember dealing with a sound bug that when I got above a certain indicated speed, I think it was like 320 knots, the engine volume was way off, and it was never even fixed. So BSS was great when it first dropped for the 320 CFM, but from this point forward, it's going to give you a headache, and instead of having headaches on it, uninstall it, fresh install of your airplane, and get the KOSP sound pack. But thank you for your support, Jack. I appreciate you. And I wish I had a better answer for you, but I know what you're going through. I had issues with BSS, and I couldn't get them fixed either. So that's my answer. And wish it was a better one. I went to Florida once on vacation, saw some mosquitoes the size of small cars. Enough for me to say, nope. Matthew F., you should see some of the freaking mosquitoes we have in Texas, man. They'd take your face off. Wow, this is kind of spicy looking. Let's turn on the ND terrain. All right, as we start to come down, this looks pretty good. This looks pretty good here. Look at this nice sunset as we go into some clouds. I'm, midday on any sim is kind of meh, but this is looking really good. Lauren says, wrong side, looks like I'm in for a lovely night working ZOB for LGA event tonight. Lauren, I'm going to have to crash that LGA event. Where's Laura? Are you still here? I got to be careful. Laura and Lauren. Laura is my wife, if she's still here. Should I do a second leg tonight, Lo? Should I do should we crash the party in LaGuardia for Lauren, V2500, a controller? With bad weather, we'll take a bunch of Slant Alpha airplanes in there. Try it with the moon. Gustavo, you're dying for me to try the moon. Remind me on the ground, Gustavo. Remind me on the ground. I will get you some moonlighting, man. I'll get you some moonlighting as soon as we hit the ground. All right, 2999. Let's go ahead and put that in the box here. That's going to change our descent a little bit. 2999 is set. Brake medium. Out descent nav. Airplane is doing wonderfully. Toliss, I mean, the Toliss Airbus, just it flies so good, man. I never have to worry about what it's doing. I never have to worry about its VNav. The only thing I have to worry about is having those failures on, because it does like to throw in some wrenches, which I love. I absolutely love it. Right now, we're only running that flight time factor of 20 on the faults. You can see we don't have any today, but I love the way Toliss does faults, because even as someone who doesn't have a classic type rating on the 320, you can still run faults because the ECAM is going to keep you alive and just keep this dial back. But what this does right here as a simmer, if you turn this on, what it does is it makes you do all the mundane little things that are required, because you never know when the Toliss is going to strike with a fault that you're not set up for. Case in point, Cancun departure, A319. I think we were in Mexicana. I don't know how many times I did a secondary flight plan in a Toliss. The one time I don't do it, we get an engine fire on departure and climb out. Had to shut it down. That was a great one. I should go back and clip that stream. Slant A Fokker will ruin my entire stream. New York will be so mad with me. Oh, I think it's time to, I think we're going to have to get some Slant A Fokkers out tonight. Can't be mad at those low-level clouds. I know you can't, Jablino. The low-level clouds are looking real good here. Real good here. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. I'm trying to kind of stay on this view because I think it's the best view, but as we see that sun go down. Beautiful sunset colors. These colors look really good. If we had the fly-by-wire 320 windows, which look like the most realistic windows in Sim, it would look even better. Hakanar 339V. I do love the X-Plane 12 improvements. Like I said, I've been a dog to X-Plane. I've been saying some things that a lot of people don't like about X-Plane. But this update, this beta 1206, they've done a lot of good things, and I think it actually gives me hope for what can happen in the future, you know? If this is a beta, give them another 6 months, what's going to be rolling out? So I want X-Plane to be good. Just because I love Microsoft doesn't mean I want X-Plane 12 to not be a competitive sim. I want it to be. I want to come to the office and I want to be like, man, what sim do I want to fly today? Like, man, should I fly X-Plane 12 and fly this airplane because it has that, or should I fly Microsoft? That's what I want my internal conversation to be. I don't want it to be, well, I'm going to fly Microsoft today because I don't want to deal with setting up the simulator. You know? My Fokker is Slant Alpha party ready. It's about to get juicy, Fonzie, indeed. It's about to get juicy. And the night lighting looks really good, too. We did the runway lighting looked really good. All right, here we go. We got FGS. We need some speed brake action. Let's pay attention here. We got to come down through 10,000. Let's get our Chinese speed brakes out here. The wing lights are coming on. Seatbelt sign is on. We're preparing for landing. Speed brakes are out. We're slowing at 250. FGS is there. The only thing different on this approach is you're not going to arm both autopilots for an FLS approach. So we're going to hit the approach push button just like you would on ILS, but just like on an RNAV approach, we're not going to have autopilot 1 and 2. We're going to do single autopilot on this. Now, we are pretty heavy here, so we got to watch the speed brake. Look at that S-speed coming out to nab us here. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's go ahead and select 210. Did I see a rain streak? Wow, we're under some high-level rain. This is weather radar on this ND over here. Well, now that I changed it, I won't be able to depict it. There it goes. This is weather radar, so we're definitely getting an interesting return. Some rain streaks on the window. Speed brake out. I'm going to go open descent for 5. Thrust idle, open descent. We're right at our slat and flap extension, so we'll go flaps 1 right here. Speed brake is out. This looks really pretty right here. Lighting on the overhead looks good. Yeah, it does. Overhead lighting panel looks good, and we have I can turn the dome down a little bit. That was with the dome light on. I love that click sound. You see how tactile that click sound was? Really good. All right, we're going to approach S-speed trap here in a 321. I'm going to go ahead and dial it right back to 200. I know there's traffic in front of us as well, and we should have put this into below mode on our descent. See anybody out there in front of us? Nice idle hum. All right, there's S-speed. Let's go ahead and go flaps 2. Love the flaps on the 321 too. They just look good. On all of them. They've updated all of them. 319's got it. We'll go ahead and stow the speed brake. Nice slow retraction. Barrel min. Oh, yeah, we never put in the min. What's the what's the minimum on this approach? I haven't even... This is how much confidence I have in the airplane. My minimums, we don't need those. We'll find it. Lope 27. Now, with an FLS approach, we're still going to add a minimum here because it's an MDA. So we got to do 730, right? 20 and 30 is 50. 730. Traffic. 730 on the barrel mins. That is widely dependent on your SOP as well. No me gusta Latin VFR. You know likey the Latin VFR 321 flaps? I don't even know what they look like. Have to make sure there's no terrain. We're going to smash and reset that.
Traffic. Traffic.
All right, that traffic's right in front of us. I'm going to come straight to
Traffic.
180.
Traffic.
We're slowing 180 knots now as we descend down through these layers. This is looking really good. You don't hear the rain, Chaos? Yeah, I don't hear the rain. Not getting the rain impact sounds. Entering a little bit of chop here into these clouds. 120? I'm gonna come back to 160. All right, what we could do, we could theoretically go right here and arm this approach now. So you're gonna see Alt, blue, F glide slope, loc. So we're capturing a real localizer, a ground-based localizer, and we're capturing an airplane depicted glide slope. That's why it says F in front of it. Now, if you were doing an F loc, F slope, that's a little bit different, but we have a pure ground-based loc, so that's why loc is in blue. I'm going to go flaps 3 out of sequence here, just to help us slow down for the traffic in front of us. Now we're flaps 3. Make sure the tail hook is down in case you duplicate yesterday's landing. Oh boy. Oh, the pressure's on. Angry widget has arrived. Good to see you, Wingnut. Yeah, we're going to try to flare today. Now, I also increased my sensitivity on my side stick as well. Power, please. Power, please. What's happening here? It's never a good sign whenever your pilot says, what's happening here? Looks like I was struggling to find the glide slope here. Is it that bumpy out here? What is happening? That might be some active sky. Let's do 170. We're selected speed. We already activated and confirmed. We're looking good. Oh, put the wrong cam up. There we go. San Diego traffic, Delta 357, about 5 miles from Vida for the Loc 27 approach San Diego at a 5,000. I'm going to redirect it to Vida just to see if this fixes something. It's almost like it's trying to grab that F loc already. Or... oh, I'm watching. I got my hands on it ready to disconnect. I kind of want to see what's happening here. Your obligatory light chop. And traffic, be advised, into San Diego, some definite, continuous, intermittent light chop, moderate chop, all the chop coming into San Diego. Alright, looks like we're stabilizing. Alright, let's see if we'll capture here before it goes to the F. There we go. F glide slope, Loke, star. Go around altitude, we'll set 3,000 white. Go around altitude to set 3,000 white. We're on the turn. Control M until check. Control M? What does that do? Element wind data. What does that do? Whoa! How do I turn it off? Wait, does it do stuff outside? Whoa. Oh my gosh. Whoa! I almost had a seizure looking at that. Oh look, there's your streamline airflow. That's pretty cool. There's our wake. Look at the wake behind us. And there's wake up there. That's cool. That's pretty neat. Alright, we've stabilized. We're already at flaps 3. Kanopki, appreciate the €5 donation, man. Just talking to the motorbike insurance. If you promise to butter, they promised I'll get a refund. Ooh, okay, so we gotta butter it, but we also have to, do we have to be legal? Or can we just butter it? Kanopki, thanks for the €5 donation, man. Appreciate you. It looks like it's stabilized now. I think it might have been freaking out when we were coming in at that angle. Right now, it's perfect. Now we're locked in. I have no idea what that was all about. Thank you, Kanopki, again. Appreciate the support, man. All right, now I did increase the sensitivity. So let's see how we do here on flare. Hopefully it's not too much. Matter of fact, touchdown elevation is
2,500.
basically 20 feet, so 2,000, we're approaching it. Hold on, I'm gonna, where's my, monitor this here. I do like not having to worry about replay. That is really nice. Fuel below 6,600 pounds, that's a Neo, or that's a 321 proper indication there. See that? Beautiful. I'm gonna manage it up. Gear down. Speed brake on. Fly by. We'll get all the rest of our lights on. Pop you out. I almost feel like you don't even need me to pop that out. Looks nice and crisp. There's F speed. We'll go flaps full. Landing checklist. Cabin crew advised. Auto thrust. Speed. Auto brakes are medium. When the check is complete. All right, I'm gonna hand fly this. We're gonna keep the F glide slope indicator on. San Diego traffic, Delta 357, 5 mile final, 27, San Diego. Stable, clear to land. Runway inside, landing. I almost want... Oh, jeez, come on, for real, bro.
100 above.
Correcting and landing.
Minimum 500.
Raw data, you want that? Alright, we'll turn flight director off. Makes it even easier for me. Now we're high though, because I took my hand off the
400.
controls. Correcting. 1,000 feet, 1,200 feet per minute. Correcting. Correcting. There we go. We're back on path now. little bit of wind from the right, not much, 7 knots.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, retent, 5.
Still probably firmer than I wanted, but retarded a little early. You know, wow, those manual brakes, or those medium brakes, locked us up. Those medium brakes locked it up. Frozen hard butter. What was it, at 260? I'll take a 260. We're right on the money. I will take a 260 though. Yeah, San Diego traffic, Delta 3 for 7, clear of runway 27. Nice reflection on the ground there. I like that. We're just gonna go right over here. Look at all these cars. Where's the line? Right there. I'm gonna leave my lights on, everything on for the replay. Oh, the line is this way. Oh, don't worry. Real fake pilot parking here. Real fake pilot parking, don't worry. Here's what it is. Look at the rain effects at night, though. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Do these things work? Look at that. It does work. So now I kind of wish I did this at daytime to see it in real time with a little bit of light rain coming in here. Let's hop in a replay cam. That lighting, though, looked good, man. 100% look good. Ooh, there's someone on final right now. Let's zoom over there. Let's watch this guy land. You can see what I mean, though. Why this guy's on final. Let's take... Oh, this guy just touched down. Who's that? Astra. So, ORBX, I mean, it looks better than default, that's for sure, but definitely spoiled. All right, he is right there on final. Let's see how he does. Return leg in Microsoft, it's 445. I'm half tempted. You can shut down the engines, it's not Microsoft. Feels like nighttime looks better in X-Plane than Microsoft. That gate shot there with the lights on at the gate and the rain on the windows looked very good. I will say that. It looked really good. I was really impressed by that. Really impressed by that. Good luck, we're all counting on you. There's light chop on the taxiing. The pilot model even has the Delta hat? It did? I didn't notice that. Alright, let's see how this guy does. He's got the gear down. No lights, though. Total ghost mode. Ooh. Ooh. Floater out. Floater out. That was a 3-pointer. A little long, buddy. A little long. 3-pointer. A little long. 319, though. He'll get it stopped. Second to last. Second to last exit. Let's go back to nighttime real quick. Look at this. Nighttime looks really good here. I guess we can shut down. Someone said that. Let me do ground power. So we keep our lights on. Let's do a spool down. I'm going to leave all the other lights on, though, so we can see the lighting effects. Nice strobes. I left them on purpose. I left them on purpose on this one. Did we get the nav light reflection? Yeah, we do. We did get a little nav light reflection. You can see that there. That's good. But yeah, when it was raining here on the jet bridge, that looked good. Can I do a shift G to bring this jetway around? Oh no! Don't look. It's got potential. I mean, look at the night lighting on the ground. Let me turn that strobe back on. The reflection of the night light. I mean, it does. This is the first time I've really looked at night lighting in X-Plane 12 here. That looks really good. It's clean. They're not super obnoxious. Here's a test. I'm going to retract the landing lights. Let's see what happens here. Oh, it's because they're off, though. All right, so I'm going to retract them. I'm going to turn them on, and we're going to see if we can see the lights extend out. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these on. Yep. That's good. Microsoft does that, too. That's really neat. It's a great lighting effect. That really is great. All right, let's take a look at the replay, shall we? Night def looks better than day in X-Plane. For sure, Zach. Maybe we'd have to do a night. Next time we do an X-Plane stream, it'll have to be at night. All right, let me disconnect from VATSIM. Let's do a replay. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. I gotta wait for this thing to get out of the way so I can see my situation. Flight simulator versus night simulator. Please check X-Plane 12 chat on your Discord for better night lighting. There is some work in progress surprises there. Ooh, Hackner, all right. I will have to check it out. I appreciate you. All right, so taking a look at the ORBX night lighting. Remember, this is the ORBX SoCal. I've got it not converted. I just put it in here, same I did as X-Plane 11. This looks real good. Look at the light between the clouds out here. Yeah, this looks real good. Oh, I'm enjoying that. Ooh, a little bit of dirtiness on the delta flap there. I'm not sure what that sound is. Like a rollout. All right, now that we're spooled, take a listen to the flyby. Oh yeah. Can we get a view from the parking garage? Can we get a view from the parking garage? No. Of course, my friend. Of course. Yeah, Zach, let me get through one of these, a couple of these, then we'll do a parking garage for sure. We saw everything in X-Plane except the mighty puddles. Did they fix those? Because I feel like there would still be puddles on the ground if this was not the beta. That was a great fix to get rid of those puddles if they did indeed fix those, because I haven't been plagued by the puddles. Great night reflection. Great reflections on the airplane, for sure. Right about 50 feet over the numbers. Still firm. Oh my god, I dropped that nose so hard. Oh, I need to learn how to land an X-plane again. That looks awesome, though. So I 100% did a 250-hour pilot move here by just dropping the nose. Watch how fast this nose comes down. This is a no bueno right here. All right, we're decent. Boom. Nose should still be coming down. Fly that nose down. See how fast, how much faster the spoilers came up to? All right. Let's do a parking garage. parking garage view, which that's the only thing that I don't like about well, not the let me rephrase that. One of the things I don't like about X-Plane 12 is you can't change the time in the replay. Like, it always comes right back to what you actually flew. All right, here's a parking garage view. We're going to back it up a little bit. Play. Arnildo, this is with active sky as well, so... Gosh, that looked good, didn't it? This is with active sky running. Yeah, the whale on the Pratts on touchdown. I'll save that for the next one. I can't move it, right? Yeah, I can't move the time in replay. Little squirrely there on the nose, Captain. A little squirrely on the nose. All right. One more from the roof, one or two more from outside. You'll hear the Pratt spool up on the reverse. I'm going to end this stream with this flight here. I don't know if we're going to do another leg back. You'll just have to hang out and look around and see if we do another leg back. But this stream is ending on this replay. So, thank you all for tuning in on this lovely afternoon. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you enjoyed seeing a little X-Plane 12 content. I think we did X-Plane 12 a fair shake today. I think we did a good job. We souped it up with the ortho, got active sky. The sounds alone, the sound set alone, just go by the sounds. But yeah, I think we did a great job getting X-Plane, giving it a fair chance here, taking a look at things. Here comes another spool up. Oh, man. Next time I see everybody, we will probably be back on a long-haul stream. That will probably be the next time I see y'all. So until then, stay safe, stay healthy. Enjoy your X-Plane 12 because 12.06 is definitely up there, ready to be enjoyed. I definitely think y'all are going to be happy if you're in the X-Plane market. So, until the next one, y'all, stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. 2.